Hello all, Oli here, and welcome to Occult Transylvania. This is episode number 3 for Monday, July 22nd, 2024. I am Oli, a practicing occultist, coming to you live from a wonderful cemetery in the heart of Transylvania. Here on Occult Transylvania, we will explore a various multitude of occult topics ranging from paganism, animism, folklore, supernatural experiences, to religious studies, Gnosticism, Kabbalah, other inspirational religions from across the world, occult practices, Hermeticism, and other things like astrology, tarot, you name it. I'm passionate about most of them, and this is just going to be an easier conversation topic to share what I've learned with you all. You share what you learned with all of us to help guide and facilitate your own journey of self-actualization. Take whatever you need from this so it better serves you on your own journey. And today's topic is going to be about summer's hidden symbolism. I was thinking recently about astrology. It's been some very interesting weeks and days, and it's been volatile, to say the least. And I'm reminded about how potent this practice is to better understand and navigate the world if you don't use it for excuses or you overly depend on it. Just like with absolutely anything, any relationship, any practice, anything out there in the world. Then I thought about one's own journey to a said practice. And for me, my journey towards astrology was to better understand nature. My own relationship with the natural world, both the seen and unseen. Gardened a lot, as well as since I was a kid, growing up here in the Carpathian Mountains, I've always had a very strong connection with the natural world, especially not only the hidden, the known dangers out there, but the bears, the wolves, other people falling in a pit or something like that. When you're out there in the woods, stuff can happen, but also the hidden parts of it. It's gnarly, and it has led to very transformational, ecstatic experiences that I want to detail here and other places going forward in due time. Always a source of inspiration for me is the changing of the seasons. In pagan terms, you celebrate and study the wheel of the year. It's how the sun goes through the zodiacal signs, which are basically a narrative on the 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, autumn. And now we're going towards what in astrology it's called the Leo season. The sun is going into the fixed fire sign of Leo, meaning we are going literally towards midsummer. It is the middle of the sun's most potent season here in the northern hemisphere, or wherever summer is, meaning the heat is unbearable, is unrelenting, usually archetypally. Here in this part of Europe, it has been the case in the past weeks, believe you me. Yet there's something hidden that is often gleamed over, passed over by our attention on the light, the sun, and its power. It's the simple fact that from the first day of summer, which is the summer solstice, happens from June 20th to 23rd of every year, depending on the calendar. That's the longest day of the year, shortest night. Immediately the next day, something interesting happens. Night increases. A minute a day, something or other. And by the time you know it, 30 days on, up until the sun enters Leo, the night has increased visibly. You can feel it. You can feel that eventually summer will relent, and these overly hot days will become a thing of the past. The thing about the increase of day and increase of night, but more specifically the increase of day, is it doesn't begin, day doesn't start lengthening at the beginning of spring, which is the spring equinox. No, it starts doing that the next day after the winter solstice, just as night increases after the summer solstice. It's something we often forget in our overly positively obsessed culture, modern culture. We only tend to focus on fortune, good fortune, gain, and positivity, which is in disservice to the other half of creation. Both serve the greater whole. The fact that we always associate winter with loss and depression and bitterness and cold, lack of anything worthwhile shows a lot about where the collective consciousness is. But as practicing occultists, magicians, animists, pagans, we celebrate each parts of nature and our own natures. So it's very potent to know that summer doesn't fight against the lengthening of night, but invites it into being. Just as days start to increase in winter, night increases within summer. Summer brings on night's eventual triumph. Nature is showing something to us humans here. It is showing that loss will inevitably happen. The unknown will inevitably be needed to be confronted. Death is coming, and it's okay. Summer is not pushing against it, it's not fighting against it, it's trusting night to grow. It's actually facilitating night to grow. And it's beautiful to witness. In contrast to human nature, when we tend to delay the inevitable, we sit on holding on to power in various dynamics, way overdue. Nature shows that it doesn't have to be that way. Summer willingly gives way to night. That's where the sun's ultimate potency is. Not in its beaming light, but in its swift and royal, gracious nature of giving way to inevitability. Loss will occur. Night comes after day. Night will triumph over day, just as day will ultimately triumph over night. And again, night will triumph over day. This is not the snake eating its own tail, it's another step going forward. Think of it this way. Day, then night. Day and night. Day, night. Loss, gain, loss, gain, loss, gain. Death, life, death, life, death, life. They're all a step forward. We all have to go forward. If loss happens, we go forward. When challenges happen, we go forward. When death happens, we move forward. It's a different way of going forward, the night way, the loss way, but it's still moving forward. We all go in a spiral. If we see life just as a snake eating its tail, it's always going to be loss, gain, loss, gain, loss. Okay? It goes round and round and round like a dog chasing its own tail. It's not moving forward. It's not going anywhere. And this is summer's ultimate symbolism, a reminder for us to stop holding on to things that have died or are dying and changing. Allow night and time to consume it and then release it in a better form. That's what ultimately I feel magic and mastery of any spiritual practice is. It's about our relationship with time, with the fact that we have a very limited time of being alive. Now you can think of parts of our own consciousness that we're not aware of is already living outside of time and beyond death. That may be the case, and we'll explore more about that later. But the fact of the matter is, we die. There is a moment that we will all perish, and that is not something to be delaying or turning away from, but something to be celebrated, as it's a movement forward. Summer reminds us of that, and I feel honestly all spiritual practice leads to the better understanding and mastering of time. If you master time, you master the understanding of nature and the world around us. Ultimately, the three dimensions is all about time and space. From a physics point of view, you master this reality, it's about mastering time, about not wasting any second, minute, and hour doing things that distract us from who we need to be and who we are to self-actualize, and not waste time, like I said, in disservice to things that wastes our energy and wastes everyone's and the whole's well-being by not being who we need to be. So the message, and I want this message to be in all episodes, is remember you die. Memento Mori. That is the ending message I want to leave on all episodes, and something I want to remind myself each and every day. Because tomorrow is never a given. Tomorrow can be the end suddenly like that. And it's not anything morbid or something to be scared of. It's something to actually celebrate and see solace and beauty in it. To not just let the sands of time crumble between our fingers, letting it go to waste, but to actually find something you want to master so that you can give in service to the greater whole, something that is aligned with true will, and to know that just like night comes after day, death comes after life, and the inevitability of it will be our ultimate liberation, self-actualization, and mastery of this beautiful and disgusting universe. I leave you all with great wishes for a potent new week, and whatever you're doing, may this help you on your journey of self-actualization. Cheers, y'all. Have a good one.